Hey guys, welcome back to more AFK Arena. In today's video, we're going to be going through the Elder Tree. It gives a lot of buffs and a lot of different abilities to your heroes. So I'm going to go through all of them. We're going to jump over to afkarena.net to look at it because it's just a really clean way of displaying it. But there's a lot of different abilities that your heroes are going to be able to attain, and you're going to have to choose which ones you want to go for. So I'm going to go through all the abilities, what I think I would go for at first read, but we'll have to once it comes to live servers, really go through it, see how things work and test it out and come to a final decision. But basically, I'm here on the global server, and when it is live, you'll just basically go to the library, which is this one, and it'll have the option for the Elder Tree, and you can select it and get into it. But we're going to jump across to afkarena.net to look at it, so let's get into the video. Basically, with the Elder Tree, it's just going to work like a point system. You get these flawless droplets, and for with ascended tier heroes, only the legendary tier heroes not included. With the ascended tier heroes, every time you obtain a new one or ascend them to a higher level, you're going to get an extra droplet. As you can see here on the image, that Estrelda down the bottom is giving 2 droplets. That's because it's at Elite Plus. So this is retrospective as well, so when you log in, you'll get a bunch of these droplets for everything that you've summoned and ascended so far. So it's all good there, no need to stress about having already ascended stuff, which is nice. And with these points, you're going to upgrade the base of the tree, which once you get it to level 15, you're going to unlock the fan, which you can see up the top there. You've got the different symbols, which are going to be for different types of heroes. We talked about this shows it better. So you've got all the different things, like you've got the ranger, the tanks, the warriors, the mages, and the support. Got there, remembered already. And basically, once it's at level 15, you'll be able to upgrade these individually and get different bonuses. Now, this is really, really cool. So depending on what sort of team you're building, or it's not so much what you're building at the moment, I'd be looking at what you're building for later game, like what you're working towards. And that's what I'd really be looking at, because it's one of those things you don't want to fully invest in what you're using now, kind of like me with my Chimera. You should sort of focus on what you're going to be investing in later in the game. That's my opinion anyway, it's up to you guys. So each of these is going to give different abilities at level 5 upgrade, 15 and 25. And if it's anything like the base of the tree increases in cost each time you do an upgrade. So with these, I'm actually thinking it might be the best option. Once it does come to live servers and I can test it a bit more, we'll make a sort of guide for it and what to do. But the way I'm looking at it, I'm thinking it might be actually best to unlock level 5 for all of them, especially if the low upgrades are cheaper, because you're just getting more mileage to help you progress. So that's my opinion, and if it's that much cheaper, then it's good, and then you can really focus on the ones you want to get to 15 and 25. So moving down here. It just talks about the Twisted Essence. Once again, links in the description. You can check all this out for yourselves and have a look. So, Virtue Juror's Celerity. I think I got that right. This is for Ranger heroes. The website's really nice. It lists it out. So you got Pharrell, Thane, Gwyneth, Verk, Titus, Kaz, all these guys. I don't know why Kaz is a Ranger. She's sort of just a melee dodge, but yeah, we'll give it to her. Anyway. Level 5 upgrade. When the health of a hero receiving this blessing falls below 50% for the first time, their dodge will be increased by 80 points and their haste will be increased by 10 points for 6 seconds. Now, this one I really do like. This is probably, just at first read, because I read through them all quickly, this is probably my favorite one if you are using some of these heroes. For instance, on my main account with the Athalia, that's going to be really nice. The Gwyneth is not going to really affect me too much on that account, because she sort of stays pretty high. Anyway, if you're using a Kaz, if you're using a Titus, a Keltha or an Athalia or a Thane, it's really nice. Things like Pharrell, Gwyneth, Verk, Leica, the ones that you keep in the back row, it's not going to be as nice. However, when I tested my Pharrell Ascended, he sat in the front row and dodged a fair bit anyway, and if he gets extra dodge when he falls low, it could work for anyone. So really nice skill. Level 15 is going to be Maim. After dealing damage to an enemy with health lower than 50%, heroes receiving this blessing will deal an additional 140% damage to the enemy, which cannot be dodged. Heroes receiving this blessing may only activate this effect once every 3 seconds. So it's not too bad. basically you deal an additional damage and it can't be dodged. It's not massive. Like I said, if the cost increases to upgrade to this, it is going to be nice to get that extra execute. In some team comps, I think it will be really nice. In some team comps, I think it won't be nice. So it just depends on what you're using. Once again, I used the example in my last video of the Khazard, if you do have him, which is not going to be that common. But once again, if he freezes people below 30 and you can get them below 50, and then you can start chunking them harder below 50 and get them to 30 quicker and freeze them, that's going to be really nice. But situational use on the main. Level 25, Rapid Surge. If a hero receiving this blessing deals damage to an enemy 5 seconds prior to the enemy's death, the blessed hero will instantly recover 4% of their max health, and their haste will be increased by 80 points for 4 seconds. I'm not a massive fan of this. Like, the haste is really, really nice. 4% of max health is nothing. But once again, you'll have to wait and see how this goes. I'm not sure. It might be really nice with something like, if it's your main damage dealer and, they can snipe someone. I'm thinking something like a Titus, this would be really nice on. Because, once they're below 50, he just targets them hard. And basically, he's going to kill that one enemy and then move to the next. And if he's getting that extra haste, it means he's going to kill the next one even faster. He's the one I think is going to really benefit from this the most. Virtue Jura's Fortitude. So this is the one for the tanks. Level 5. When the health of the hero receiving the blessing falls below 30% for the first time, they'll recover 2.5% of their max health every second for 10 seconds. This is nice. This is really, really nice. And when you stack this with the health recovery of a lot of the other tanks, if we look at something like... I don't see Sirius on that list. Surely Sirius is in there. I'm going to assume they left Sirius off. I'm going to assume, unless we see him somewhere else, like a support, which I hope he doesn't. I hope he's just a tank. That'd be really nice. But things like Grizzle, basically anything here. You've got things like Hendrik, Arthur especially, who just has massive damage mitigation. He's getting that. You can also mix it with the artifact that gives you the health recovery at the start of the battle. Like, just the stacking effect of this with other effects is going to be really nice. Hendrik, for instance, when he drops low, he puts his shield down and he starts recovering a hell of a lot of health. You stack this with that, and they're just going to recover really, really well. So once again, the level 5s seem like really, really nice upgrades. So I do like the level 5 for the tanks as well. Level 15, heroes that receive this blessing will unleash a small shockwave every time they lose 30% of their max health. Now, I'm not sure if this is a cumulative, meaning if they lose 10% and then get healed 10 and then lose another 10, heal 10 and then lose another 10, it's going to do it, or whether they have to drop below 70 and then drop below 40. Got there. But yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to function. But either way, it's not going to be too bad. Dealing AoE damage equal to 3% of each respective enemy's max health. Enemies affected by the shockwave will lose 30 haste points for 3 seconds. So it's going to deal a little bit of damage. It's not going to be massive damage. But the 30 haste reduction can be sort of nice. But once again, I like the level 5 unlock first. And then this stuff sort of becomes situational, and it's not really situational. It's in every situation, but it's not as massive in my opinion. Life Flash, level 25. Heroes receiving this blessing will recover an additional health equal to 9% of their max health when an allied hero heals them. Heroes receiving this blessing may only activate its effects once every 11 seconds. This is really nice. I do really like this one for the level 25. Basically, every time you get healed, and it doesn't say how big the heal has to be. So it just says every time they get healed. So basically, if Lucius pops a shield, and then the shield does the little heal, it's going to give it. If Tassie's little butterfly flies to them and heals them, it's going to give them that heal. So if you have, I don't even know if life leech is going to be a thing. So I don't know if that's basically, if you have a K-Source in your team, and he gives everyone life leech, and then you just deal any damage, you get it. I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. But that sounds really, really nice. Obviously only once every 11 seconds, but hey, 9% once again with your tanks to help them survive is going to be nice. Okay, Jura's Might. This is the one for the warriors. As you can see, sort of those melee damage dealers that, Oh, Sirius is in here. Oh, I don't like that. He's more of a tank. Come on, guys. So Sirius doesn't work with my tank idea. That's okay. Okay, so level 5. Heroes that receive this blessing will deal an additional 180% damage against enemies using protective shields or health barriers. Heroes receiving this blessing may only activate the effects once every 11 seconds. This I do really like. Just because Lucius is such a big thing in the game. When Lucius gets his shield, it's really, really annoying. Having a way to sort of get through that is going to be nice. Obviously, basically anything in here is going to benefit from it if they're fighting anything with shields. So that one's pretty self-explanatory. Once again, if you're using any of these heroes, it's going to be nice to unlock that level 5. Once again, it's going to have less cost to get to that level 5, so it's nice. Shield of Fortitude. Heroes receiving this blessing will receive a shield that can mitigate damage equal to 15% of their max health for 3 seconds when an enemy uses their ultimate ability. Heroes receiving this blessing may only activate this effect once every 16 seconds, so not too bad. Enemies use their ultimate. It's kind of like that, the relic in Labyrinth, where the enemy's ultimate, you get a shield. It's nice. It's 15% of their max health, so it's not enormous, but for some of these guys who are fairly tanky, like Rigby, K-Source, Warwick, all those guys, it's going to be nice. Especially Baden, if he's got a few shadow apparitions out, he's going to get a good damage mitigation, so, you know, it could be really nice. Bloodthirst. Heroes that receive this blessing will... Jeez, I can't talk today. It's early. Give me a break. Heroes that receive this blessing will have their life leech increased by 14 points for 3 seconds the first time they use their ultimate abilities in battle. This one could be really nice. This is my favorite level 25. I could be wrong on this. It just sounds really nice, especially with something like Antandra. I know people say Antandra's trash early game, but it's just going to add to all that Isold as well. Like, there's a lot of things that I think could do really well off this, getting that life leech, especially through the early game. And sorry, not the early game, because you don't get this early game. We'll have to see how late you can get a level 25 thing to know where this is going to be effective. But if you're in like around that chapter 23 where I am, this could be really nice depending on who your carry hero is, just to, you know, get that ultimate off and then get the life leech and then sit in the front row, survive a bit longer, all that sort of stuff. So we'll have to wait and see. Just basically how long it takes to upgrade these. Jura's Sorcery, this is the one for the mages. Level 5, heroes receiving this blessing will receive an attack rating increase of 10% for 3 seconds each time they use their ultimate ability. This one's going to be nice. I'm hoping it's like when they activate their ultimate, they get the buff, so the ultimate uses the attack increase. This is going to be really nice for things like Belinda against Riz. That's like the first thing I think of. I just think Belinda with a Rosaline against Riz, that's just going to be a nice damage increase for it. And because it's every time, there's no limit on it, she's just going to be spam ulting with basically just an extra 10% attack every time she uses her ult. So that was the first thing I thought of, but you guys can think of everything. Sophia, I'm not sure how it's going to work because she charges her ultimate for more than 3 seconds, so I don't know if she's going to lose the effect of it by the time she actually casts it, things like that, but we'll have to wait and see. Astral Tide. This is the level 15 upgrade. When a hero receives this blessing, receiving this blessing uses their ultimate ability, all of their allies will recover 30 energy points. If an ally receives this ability effect multiple times within 10 seconds, it will be reduced by 60%. Once again, just stacking on top of that ultimate idea. They've obviously accounted for Rosaline buffing people because it reduces the efficiency each time. 30 energy isn't massive, but it's something. So once again, in Riz, if you basically do it, you get 30 energy. The next time you'll get like 16 to 18 energy after a Rosaline buff. It's all basically stacking, and because it's your whole team, it's not too bad overall. When you consider that 30 energy times 5, is that 150? Yeah, 150 energy all up across your team, which isn't bad at all. Power Surge to level 25. Heroes receiving this blessing will receive 40 energy points for the first time their health falls below 30% and will be immune to a enemy. There's a few typos in this. To enemy control abilities for 1.5 seconds. The 1.5 seconds isn't too nice. However, it'll be interesting to see if it breaks them out of CC. Then it would be really nice. But the 40 energy, once again, it's all handy. Not my favorite. If it does break them out of CC, then it could be nice. But besides that, if you're a mage and they're attacking you and you're below 30%, odds are you're pretty close to getting sniped and dead. So we'll have to wait and see. I still like the other one more, the warrior one, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Jura's Sustenance. This is the final one for support heroes. Creates protective shield. This is level 5. Creates a protective shield around the most injured ally, which is able to mitigate. I don't know what's written there, but it's able to mitigate an amount of damage equal to 7. I'm assuming percent of the blessed hero's own attack for 220%. The wording on this is just absolutely nuts. It doesn't make sense. When the blessed hero uses their ultimate ability for the first time. So I'm going to try and decipher this. It sounds like if you're basically most injured ally, when they use their ultimate, they're going to get a shield that's equal to 7. I think it's supposed to be, okay, they're supposed to get a shield for 7 seconds equal to 220% of their attack rating. I'm going to go with that. So the lowest health ally uses their ultimate, then they get a shield for 7 seconds equal to 220% of their attack rating, and it's their own attack rating, so if it's your main attacker, it's going to be a bigger shield. I hope that makes sense. I hope that's right, because the wording on that is absolutely horrible. Next one, Life Kindle. When a caster receives this blessing, heals an ally, they will also additionally heal the most injured hero for 100 worth of the caster's own attack rating as health. Sorry. Heroes receiving this blessing may only activate the effect once every 10 seconds. So that's not too bad, especially when you support heroes if you build them with high attack. I'm just thinking Rosaline, because you want her with high attack anyway, because she's going to be healing your allies based on her attack already. And if she can basically heal someone that she's following and then go straight ahead and heal the most injured ally as well for 100% worth of attack, it's going to be a nice little buff. So I do like this one in general. The level 5, level 15, we'll have to wait and see how level 5 actually works when we get proper wording. But they both seem really nice. And then Defiance at level 25, heroes receiving this blessing will recover 60 energy points after 15 seconds of battle have passed, and will be immune to enemy control abilities for 1.5 seconds. Once again, the immunity, it'll be very interesting to see if it breaks you out of CC, because trying to go, okay, 15 seconds of battle, hopefully the enemy uses all their CC in the next 1.5 seconds, seems very niche. If it breaks you out, it's going to be really nice. So have to wait and see how that works. But once again, if it does work like that, I think this one could be really, really nice. And overall, I like the warrior and I like this one the most at 25, and I really like the ranger one at level 5 the most. Once again, I think I'd be upgrading them all to level 5 and then go from there. But that is everything for the tree. We'll get into that other new feature, the Twisted Realm, in another video. I really want to get onto an account to do it, but once again, I'm sorry, my BlueStacks is not letting me get onto the test server. But that is going to be it for this video, guys. Let me know which one you guys reckon looks the best. Like, what are you going to target? Once again, I like level 5 of all of them the most. So I'll go from there, and then I'll probably choose warriors or support. Kind of leaning towards the warriors, but I don't know. It depends what I'm using on which account. So that is going to be it for this one, guys. Sorry for so much talking at you guys. Links in the description again, so you can check out the site for yourself if you want to have a look at the stuff. But thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.